Most firms don't lose profit because of competition. They lose it because their culture quietly leaks it every day, and the owner rarely sees it. The top 1% already understand one critical perspective that most don't. Profit isn't determined by your prices, your market, or your cost structure. Profit is determined by the behavior that your culture rewards every single day. If your culture celebrates speed over accuracy, if it rewards heroics over process, if it praises just make the client happy instead of protect the margin, your business will leak profit no matter how good the product is or how hard your team works. So the perspective shift for profit success is subtle. Profit isn't a financial metric. Profit is a cultural standard. Welcome to the Strategic Briefing, where we cut through surface problems and uncover the moves that top CEOs use to scale with confidence. The goal here is simple: to help you see beyond financial outcomes and uncover the cultural mechanics that drive real, scalable growth. And today's promise is this: by the end of this episode, you'll understand how the top performing firms build a culture where profit protects itself, even as the company scales past 30, 50, or even 100 people. Let's clear up a frequently misstated truth. Profit isn't the money that remains after the work is done. Profit is the fuel for stability, growth, and freedom. It's set aside on purpose and not discovered by accident at the end of the year. Every profit dollar must have a job focused on stability, innovation, capacity, and optionality. Profit is a strategic resource, not a number that randomly appears on a P&L. If profit leaks, the company loses the very fuel that's required to grow. Here's the connection most founders never make. Culture drives decisions, which drive behaviors, and behaviors drive outcomes that drive profitability and ultimately drive scalability. This is why two firms with the same pricing, the same team size, and the same demand produce completely different margins. Culture is the silent variable controlling your profit. Now let's break down exactly where profit leaks happen and why they're cultural, not financial. Leak number one: decision defaults. People follow what the culture rewards. Speed over discipline drives margin loss. Volume over quality drives rework. Make the client happy drives scope creep and price. Just get it done drives skipping steps. Every decision has a financial consequence, but if your culture rewards the wrong decisions, you lose profit in real time. Leak number two: exceptions that multiply. We're talking about just this once discounts, a little extra unpaid work, a few hours of quiet overtime, one skipped handoff. Now, these don't feel big in the moment, but exceptions scale much faster than your systems will. This is how a lot of seven-figure firms lose millions over just a few years. Leak number three: standards that slip. In weak cultures, done is subjective, quality depends on who's watching, and ownership evaporates when things get hard. But in strong cultures, it's completely different. Done equals done right. Quality equals engineered. And ownership equals shared. Profit stability is a standard, not a goal. Leak number four: the escalation vacuum. Teams escalate the problems that cause noise. They ignore the problems that cost money. If your culture discourages truth, profit leaks stay invisible until they become fires. Strong cultures surface problems early while they're cheap and easily handled. Now, on the other side of this is that every profit dollar must have a mission, and that mission requires 4 jobs. Let's break those down. Job 1 is stability. Profit covers shocks, downturns, breakdowns, and surprises. It protects momentum. Job number 2 is innovation. Profit pays for advancements, tools, training, new systems, advisory help. Without this, you just run in place. Job 3 is capacity. Profit buys time. You get time for better hires, better workflows, better automations, and leadership layers. Capacity upgrades don't come from revenue, they come from profit. Job 4, optionality. Profit gives you choices, freedom, power, the ability to step back without the business collapsing. If your culture leaks profit, you lose all 4. Here's the exclusivity layer. Only the top 1% run a true profit-first culture because they do 4 things differently. They define profitable behaviors, not targets. We're talking about clear guardrails, quality expectations, and margin rules. They install non-negotiable guardrails, disciplined boundaries around pricing, discount authority, and scope. They create rhythms that reinforce behavior. We're talking about weekly risk reviews, monthly margin checks, and quarterly systems adjustments. And 4, they reward ownership, not heroics. The owner is not the safety net, the culture is. This is how elite firms keep margins strong at 30, 50, 100, even up to 500 employees. So to help you get started on your path, here's a practical framework you can start using immediately. Step 1, codify the non-negotiables. Define margin thresholds. Define what done right means. And define the rules your team must respect. Step 2, train your decision layer. Middle leaders must understand profit like finance does. And this is where margin is protected or destroyed. You let it get away from you, you're going to have nothing but problems. Step 3, build behavioral guardrails. Make it easier to follow the process than to break it. And step 4, install rhythms. Weekly is to identify leaks, monthly to calibrate performance, quarterly to adjust the system. And step 5, remove yourself as the safety net. Profit protection must be cultural, not personal. It can't exist on your shoulders. Now, you don't build a profit-first culture to make more money. You build it because scalability requires profit to be predictable, repeatable, and protected without you in the room. If you're wondering which part of your culture leaks profit the fastest, the Profit Performance Diagnostic will show you exactly where to look. I'll have a link up here, and there will be another link in the video description below. In closing, profit is the fuel of scale. Culture is the container that protects it. When both align, the business grows and the owner finally gets free. I'm Randy Bridges, and thank you for joining me on the Entrepreneur's Strategic Briefing this week. We'll see you back here next week with a great topic. Enjoy.